viewing this, or for all the viewers, I'd like to say thank you for viewing. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel, Full for 100. We greatly appreciate it.
Full hooded. 400.
All right, guys. Topic today explains exactly how we look. Okay? Mirror, mirror on the wall, the importance of presentation. So just for the viewers to know, we intended it to have this effect as well.
Yeah, I'm the coach. I'm the coach.
I'm the GM.
All right, I'm gonna throw it to you
You
first,
on the
Mike.
bench.
Let's get into this. How important are the appearance and perception?
I think appearance and perception are invaluable in terms of your initial reaction to anything. And it doesn't necessarily have to be appearance in terms of physical appearance like dress. It could be a business, the way that they display signage or the way that they market themselves. Once you see something for, honestly, less than a fraction of a second, you automatically know if you like that thing or if you don't like that thing, or if it's appealing to you or if it's not appealing to you. Even before you make a conscious decision, as soon as you see something, your brain tells you if you like it or if you don't like it. So in terms of visual perception and appearance, I think that it's going to be your first marketing tool, whether you're a person, whether you're a business, whether you're just trying to secure a reaction in any way, even if it's, I want people to look at me positively. Noticeably, I have on a full blazer today, and it was purposeful because I feel like at some point, if somebody sees a thumbnail of me in my blazer or, you know, of us looking sharp as a panel, then I think it gives people, gives them some kind of insight into what we're presenting. We're presenting something that is professional. We're presenting something that we intend to put effort into. And I think if we display that, or if it's displayed as a whole, then I think the reaction as a whole would be welcoming.
I'm gonna throw it to you, Bigger. I'm gonna mismatch it. I'm gonna go to you first.
It's signaling. How you dress is signaling, right? So if you wear, I don't know enough about watches, but if you wear enough about a watch that your reference number attracts the eye of somebody else, then they feel like they can meet and talk with you on a certain level, right? Like, oh, those the new so-and-sos, so I know you know something about the culture because you seem, so it's signaling, right? But the good thing about it is you can signal to who you want to, and you can trick who you want to. Mm-hmm. You could dress like this and have the most money. In my case, it's not true. I'm just saying that as a reference.
Not the Steve Jobs. Though.
I like it.
In my case, it happens to not be true. However, how you dress has no real bearing on where your status level is, but it does signal to people, and you can play with that.
All right, Stu, talk to me.
It's very important. To me personally, I feel like the way you appear or whatever you promoting or whatever you advertising is always the eye. The eye always catches everything. So the eye catches it first, then your mind goes second. So as long as you can catch someone's eye, whatever comes behind it is up to you. It gives you the opportunity to create something or start a conversation or get people to, buy your product because they see for the eye. Because the eye, it has to pass the eye test first. And I think presentation and your how you look, it's very important.
So, appearance and perception for me, as you can see, we're all dressed differently, right? We all make different impacts, like you said, with the thumbnail. But for me, appearance and perception goes way beyond that scope, only because when I go in rooms, I'm 6'5", 300 pounds. Mm-hmm. If I walk in a room, I can have anything. I can be dressed in all black, all white, whatever. The room automatically attaches to me. So most of the time, in any situation, unless it's something where I'm presenting myself to somebody or I'm at work or I'm selling something, I want to look a certain way. But in the comfort, like my therapy session here or my talking to the people, I like to be as comfortable as possible. I do take what you guys say very strongly, that the way when people click on these thumbnails, when they see you in this or they see Stu looking amazing, they're going to be like, wow, I want to click on this, right?
Are you calling Stuart a carrot that we're dangling in front of the
100%.
audience?
They used to call me bait back in the day.
Both of you guys.
That's so long ago.
Remember, y'all used to call me
Both
bait.
of you
Like,
guys
yo,
are
bait, go
definitely
get
bait.
that. I used to be like, all right.
That's a fact.
Yo, she got a friend. Yo, bait, go get her, son.
Yeah,
I'm like,
both
all right,
y'all
I'm
are
gonna go get
bait,
her.
but I think that so just so the audience should know, the way we look today is right now done purposely, right? There's a mismatch here purposely to just give the contrast of some people may be like, whatever. Most people may say, hey, we'll see. What are some of the visual red flags for you?
For
when
me
you see
personally, so yeah, visual red flags. I'll start real generic, and then I'll take it into something more personal in terms of relationships. Generic red flag. If I see a business again that the signage out front is not attractive, or if it's outdated, if it's antiquated, if it's rusting, if it's peeling. I don't want to enter that business because your presentation initially shows that you don't care enough about your work to sell me enough to get inside. Flip side, relationships, or at least appearances from the opposite sex. If I see a girl initially that's very attractive and I look down at her damn feet and she got on dirty sneakers. And I don't mean dirty sneakers like, yo, you run into the gym and these your gym shoes.
Them
or
dirty
you just
Air Force Ones.
quick
them
running
Tories.
around, quick running around doing your errands. You do some shit in the garden with those things. That's different.
What about the
But
Uggs?
No, hold on.
No. But if
No, what do you say?
let me finish.
Talk
If-
more about these dirty
Let me
sneakers.
finish. If I am taking you out to a nice place and you decide to throw on the old beat up shoes, I'm gonna let you know about it before we go
I
because
thought you was about to say sex with her was fire.
No,
I
no.
thought that's what you was going.
Perception is gonna be perception at
Dirty
that time
sneakers.
is gonna be tandem, meaning that it's not a matter of just what I'm wearing. If I'm walking in with somebody who looks completely opposite, then I look out of place. It doesn't matter how much I put on or how much I want to look a certain way. We're gonna look like two different people.
What about her comfort?
Her comfort is again, that's explainable. And if I choose to date someone who is comfortable like that and I accept them like that, that's different. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna dismiss anybody who has that level of comfort. But it's the initial perception of if I can real quick, like for a second, if I were to take out a big ass bottle of liquor and put it on the table, I would look a certain way. But if I were to reach in, and this is purposeful, to my jacket and pull out this, you don't know what's in this. But you would expect something potentially classy because I pulled it out of a flask. I took time to actually put it in this flask. I put it in my suit jacket, my blazer. It's different from a suit jacket. But it gives a perception.
Dropping
So
knowledge.
again, if I'm consciously knowing that I'm going to be in an environment where I want to be perceived a certain way, then I'm going to do that. But go ahead, you can swing it.
Oh, no. You got anything?
One more thing I just wanted to say.
Sound like me on the conference calls.
Yeah, you always got one more thing
One
to
more
say. One day I was going to work and I would dress in a suit for most of the time that I was at work, and I had to drop my car off at the mechanic, and I took the bus. So I took the bus to the train, and while I was on the bus, I was at the back of the bus sitting down, fully suited and booted, and 3 young boys came on that again looked like they they wasn't about too much. Looked like they was probably up to no good. But one of them came in the back and he asked me, he was like, "Yo, are you a lawyer?" No, I'm not a lawyer. He was like, "Yo, your suit is dope. Yo, that shit's fresh. Yo, I'd love to pull something off." And then the other 2 was clowning. I'm like, "Yo, you couldn't do that. Yo, watch my prom suit. It's gonna be fire." But I knew that those young boys initially seeing me as a young black man that was, potentially somebody that they could see as their brother or their cousin, they saw something that they likely don't see on a normal basis.
Impact. You made an impact on the
Made an
community.
impact, but it was just off perception because they don't know me and they don't know where I was going. I could have been going to court for 20 years to life. You know what I mean?
Gotta look good going to court.
It's the perception.
This
Yeah,
come
I know.
home 20 years from now, that ain't gonna be in style.
Yeah, pretty much.
What are some of your red flags, Stu?
I'm plain and simple. Look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Look into the camera. Just look good. You know what I mean? It's a time and a place for everything. You want to look comfortable. Look comfortable when it's time to look comfortable. When it's time to go out and us to look good. Look good.
So if you going out on a date, you gotta have on heels.
I would prefer yes.
What about dirty sneakers?
Hell no.
But the reason why I interjected is because can we admit that dirty sneaker sex is fire?
Listen, bro, why you keep going into this dirty sex sneakers
'Cause
fire
that's how he
topic?
measures.
Like,
That's how he measures his dates.
Yeah.
The dirtier her
the
sneakers, the dirtier the
her-
woman.
She have no standards. That's what you're saying.
Just tell me I'm wrong. And move
I'm gonna tell you something. Look,
I don't know if you're right or wrong,
I
'cause
have
I've never
not
been
been down
there.
that road with you.
Yeah.
You've never had dirty.
No,
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
stay
I
on
don't do
topic.
dirty
Go ahead.
sneakers. I'm just saying, I just don't do dirty sneakers.
All right.
You got anything to add with that?
Yeah, appearance matters.
Let me see your shoe. Let me see your shoe.
So, like I said, perfect example. To me, appearance matters when there's something effective happening, when you're trying to make a change in that moment, when you care how people perceive you. I think most of the times, like I said, for me, my life, so if I bring it to me, my life, anytime I walk in a room, there's always a perception. So I can't change how people perceive me until we start getting into a dialogue. And then people may say, like, even right now, people are like, yo, where's this dude going? You know, where's
But
this
it's your
going?
responsibility to cultivate that, right?
I want to
you
get
want.
but my thing is, for me, the appearance doesn't matter too much, because I feel like for me, it's always getting past my appearance. We have to get to the conversation, because you can look as nice as you want, but if you dumb as hell, then I don't want to talk to you. And you can
But
smell really
that's
good.
the trick
But
that
see,
I
let me see,
love,
like I
though.
always say, it's the eye test. So if you look smart, that opens the door for conversation. For
Right, until I get to talking to you, and then I realize you're dumb, and I'm upset that I came over here because you look
There you
good.
go.
So
Yeah.
I just eliminate the whole thing and just go by my ear test. If I hear you say something stupid, then I'm like, you're stupid.
I bump into a ton of clients every day, and one thing I love is dressing like this and them walking away like that was the best service I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So there is something to the way I dress. When I'm at work, all my pants got drawstrings. I know that when I work for like some other
In a mob?
place, huh?
You know, Mom, don't get me involved in no RICO.
Hey,
Fitness trainer.
That sound kind of crazy. All my pants got on drawstrings. Hey,
right.
bro.
All
Yeah,
of them.
state
But
pants.
that's intentional, because I see other guys, they wear suits, they dress up, they dress nice, and I get it, but I want to be comfortable because I know I can deliver above and beyond that. So yeah, your initial reaction to seeing somebody like me when it's coming to do business, okay. And then you go, oh snap, did we just have an entire conversation on gazpacho, which is a
Yo,
cold soup?
Real quick, I like his angle because, again, I like the unexpected part of appearance. So again, no offense, but if you're looking at this gentleman, you're just like, all right, he's not going to give me full service. But it's the unexpected counter to that.
Yeah.
Where, again, my appearance shouldn't be my value.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Yeah, I
would-
make you be racist.
Sometimes I would go to work. Sometimes I would go to work knowing if somebody wants to speak to the manager, I can't show up in jeans and a t-shirt. You know what I mean? I got to show up looking like the manager, because if I show up looking like I didn't care, then you're going to feel like I don't care about your problem and I can't help you at all.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah.
one. We're gonna jump topics on that one. We need some music right in the middle of there, like a little tune.
Your ad
Now
libs
you
is
just,
nice.
you
Nah,
just,
we
better
like
be
it.
quick.
Keep going.
You just need to be quicker. That's all.
Look, if appearance is over, I'm about to take off this hot ass blazer.
Take off the blaze. You guys are allowed to dress down now.
Listen,
okay?
I'm cool all the time,
It's
brother.
recess.
I'm cool.
All that ice on. He's at a comfortable 97.
Go ahead.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
I can wear
Alright,
a mink
over
in the
there.
summertime, boy. That's how cool I am.
All right, next topic. Sex with me, so amazing. Thank you, Rihanna, for that one. The importance of sex in relationships. Does the lack of sex in relationships justify cheating? We'll go to you, B.
No,
Good.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. It just doesn't. It's just
So if a girl is if a girl is used to having sex at a normal pace, and she's in a relationship with you, and you're busy at work, and you don't find time to have sex with your girl, that doesn't justify her satisfying herself?
no, because the flip of that means that if I have sex with her enough, she'll never do it. But that's not true either.
Sure ain't.
So no, there is no justification for it. I understand, like you may have your needs, but your needs are in line with what you and your partner chose, and you and your partner chose that you guys are monogamous. There is no twisting that around. If you guys want to if you want to reevaluate, hey, listen, since you subtracted sex from our relationship, I'd like to add somebody else. But to just go out there behind her back like she should understand what I'm about to do is wrong. Absolutely not.
Okay, how about you?
Because then in that case, it wouldn't be cheating. It would just be you having a discussion
understand
about.
that. We don't understand that.
So yes, Does it justify cheating?
That's gonna be
though?
that's don't double dutch. We get in there. Don't double dutch.
your stance.
Take your time. Take your time. We make love on this one, okay? We make love. We make real
told
love
you
this
about
time.
this,
Take it easy, baby. Take it easy.
How about you, Stu? Does a lack of sex in a relationship justify cheating?
I don't say it justifies it, but it opens the door. You understand? I would say, especially for men, I think most men are very sexual people, beings, and even females. A lot of females are, and I think too is like it's all about you have to please your partner, and it's not about yourself. So when you get in a relationship, it's no longer just how I feel and what I want. It's about
But does
both.
appetite play a part? I mean, I didn't mean to throw
But
another question right in the middle of that.
I think it's all a part of what's reasonable. Now, if I'm saying we got hump 3 times a day, of course I'm gonna be like, nah, she gonna be tired, or I may be tired. But if you telling me I can't get none like once every 2 or once a week, we gonna have problems. And that comes in and that starts the friction in your relationship because now it's like, yo, you not satisfying me. So that what happens when you not satisfying your partner?
You discuss and they go to counseling.
If you could, that does work, but what if she don't got insurance?
Obamacare.
Ain't
That's what I'm
nobody
saying.
coming
See?
out.
But you didn't like Obamacare.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
that's
Ain't
why.
nobody coming out of pocket for no mental health care.
Yo, nah, they do.
I'm just saying.
I got
Nobody,
that- I got good
nobody
health
paying
insurance, baby.
$150
What
a
you got?
session.
What you got, Mike? Talk to me. Does a lack of sex in a relationship justify cheating?
I don't think there's any justification for cheating.
Yeah.
If it gets to that point, you get the hell out of there and go find more sex because honestly, when we come into relationships very early on, there's the mystery. Is this sex going to be good? Is it good enough where I want to continue to keep doing it? Now we're doing it quite a bit. After that, once we're in a relationship and we're living together and we got kids, sex is not as important as it was.
Says who?
No, I'm just saying in terms of the
What you talking about, brother?
the initial
Survey
intro,
says.
the initial intro to a relationship is getting to know that person in full. And if that looks like having sex every single day, then that's cool. But you can't expect to maintain that standard.
But what I'm saying, you can't expect to maintain that standard, but you still have to compromise.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
not going
You can't go. You
So
can't
hold
go
on.
from every day
I
to
know,
once
I know,
every
that, I
2
know
weeks.
there's a
Though.
sub question to this, but let me throw out a little curveball to you guys. So you said there's a little bit of compromise. So having sex, obviously, and I mean, I could attest to this. Not me personally, but I'm saying I'm assuming that. No, I'm assuming everybody has this thing. When you have sex with the same person over and over, you guys have sort of like a routine, right? It's like it's a thing that you guys you have your thing. Your girl does the thing this way, or your husband does the thing this way.
You do that thing I like, yeah.
Right,
okay.
that thing that you
Say
like,
it
right?
out loud.
Right.
That's it. Say it
So,
like that.
but everybody has a peak, right?
Right.
Maybe her nasty is more than your nasty, or your nasty is more than her nasty. Does that then justify cheating? If she's not willing to go where you're willing to go, or if he's not willing to go where she's willing to go?
But I think that's all falls down to communication. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's the
mean?
compromise
That's
you're talking
the
about.
compromise is communication. Like, yo, listen, certain things I'm comfortable with and certain things I'm not comfortable with. But even before you even get to that, if y'all been having sex and she been doing things that she's comfortable with, you
But
understand?
now you want to try new
But
things.
you gotta. But at the end of the day, you can't force somebody to do something that you want to do and she don't.
We know
wanna
what
do.
that's called.
Yeah, you
I'm
know,
just saying.
we already know that. So with that being said, if she doesn't have that, get to that where you open her up to feel comfortable doing it, you can't fault her for that because you already knew from the beginning.
And you can't fault her for not wanting to participate in the shit that, again, wasn't normal for her already.
Right.
Okay.
So that doesn't justify you stepping outside to keep doing the shit.
Right.
If you have that understanding and that compromise, that's what a relationship is. You're compromising with somebody to go, what's your shit? This is my shit. We're going to put them together and agree on some shit.
So you can't get no new shit. 5 years later, you can't get.
You got to agree on new shit. You got to agree on new. And again,
That's how you agree on new moves.
That,
Yeah.
no, not
Some
new
you have
females,
to.
some
Look,
females
it
be
could be
agreeing
new
with.
moves.
You
it could
have
be-
to.
I met somebody that I was taken to the airport.
Watch
one
your
day.
mouth now.
I was taking her to the airport one day, dropping her off. And I said, "Oh, you're going to see your family?" She said, "No, I'm going to see my couple." Explain that shit to me. But there are things that I'm not going to consider it, but that people do to sustain or continue on with their sex life if it's getting stale, if it's needing something to shake it up.
But
There
if the
are
other
ways. They
if the
could
other
be-
person doesn't compromise, then that doesn't give you a right to step out.
No, because again, you're supposed to have that understanding before y'all even meet. In
But
that
it's fair to bring it up.
Before y'all even meet.
There's
in
a
that
new
bedroom.
normal though. That topic that you just brought up, that seems like
swingers?
that swingers thing it seems to be a new normal.
Yeah.
So if that becomes a new normal, and then you go, "Hey, honey, let's try this," and she goes, "No," then it's
But
just
it's
no.
good reason.
Yeah, you don't swing. You swingless.
All right, real quick.
You gotta try
I'm
and
gonna
sell
throw.
it.
You got
You gotta keep
gotta
selling
She
it.
is really
Your
cute,
mirror
man.
has to sell it. Yeah,
She
you're like,
keeps talking about you. She
She don't
can't.
even
you are
have no
beautiful.
taste. What do you mean?
She said you were beautiful. She said you were gorgeous.
She said
It's not
it-
as bad as you think. She doesn't taste like anything.
Hey, y'all should go to lunch together. You know what I mean?
Jesus. He's a gym partner.
You guys should hang.
You got some edits coming.
She should hang out with us in our bedroom.
Just leave it. Just leave it.
Quick joint. This is gonna be yes or no. So in that case, in relationships that last a long time, should there be a hall pass?
No, it should. Okay.
Really quick.
No.
Hit it and get it. Hall pass. Both ways too. Don't think and say you should get one and she should.
Yeah.
Right. You
Both
think you
ways.
see
I
you
get
try
one.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you're reading my you shouldn't have all back.
No hall passes.
Again, it comes down to communication. If you have that understanding that I want to try something different, you're not up to it, but I'm gonna extend this to you to go out on the weekend, get one girl that I know, don't go jumping around. Then again, if there's an understanding of communication, as long as both parties are involved in whatever's going on or not going on, then there's an understanding. But when you're looking for a way out or to be sneaky, or if you're looking for a hall pass hoping that she condones it, you pretty much gonna be shit out of luck. If you don't
Hold
have
on.
that understanding.
Before y'all skip, right? Let me ask you, what is the equivalent to the other side of, okay, she hasn't had sex with me in X amount of time. What is the equivalent for men that he hasn't done X in a certain amount of time?
I think it's
that would justify her.
Let's stay on
that-
topic. Let's say it's sex. Let's say a male is not performing his sexual duty to a female. That's a thing.
Okay.
That's really a thing. There's males who at times cannot or do that. I'm at work. Or may not be into his wife the same. Maybe she gained a little weight and you may not be into big girls.
Right.
Or she may have lost too much weight and you're not into slim girls. That happens too.
You know,
sometimes-
big girl.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Those girls get too small.
I'm about to say the bigger the better for him.
Yeah.
So
like-
what?
Like you moving in.
He buys girls BBQs, the big chicken wings, the big joints. All right. Next, them pterodactyl wings.
I had like 3 BBs to ruin this episode with.
Yeah. All right.
You got the mute button over there. The mute button is right there.
All right, next topic. We going through this pretty well. We're doing pretty well, guys. Get well soon. Chivalry, is he dead?
Killer.
Chivalry not dead, but I visited him last week. He's in the hospital. He said that you guys don't come visit. You ain't write him shit since the last time.
Oh, come on.
He says that you guys don't open no doors for him. You
The
know,
ops, that's why.
So let me get you with this question.
Yeah.
Let's see how he answered this one. Do you perform acts of chivalry in your day-to-day life?
every day, like a true Southern gentleman, where I compliment men on. Yo, that's a nice
Whoa,
blazer. That's
I'm about
dope.
to say- I'm about to
no,
say compliment.
the
Say
way,
that to me.
and that's safe for everybody.
You
The,
didn't
the
tell
way
me
you
blazer
do
was
it.
nice.
You like my
Yeah,
blazer?
absolutely. I love your blazer, and this is very soft. But no.
It's impossible leather.
It's the noticing good in everybody without feeling like you have to get something out of it. That's what chivalry is. It's opening the door without ever expecting a thank you, but that enjoying the fact that you do.
Complimenting somebody without feeling like not hating, but saying, "Hey, that's really nice."
Yeah, that's dope. That you know.
Yeah.
I like the way you pulled that off. Yeah, absolutely.
I like the way you sang that national anthem. How about you, Stu?
Partially. He been shot a couple of times, and he
Yeah,
ain't talking about
he's-
I ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dead, but to be honest with you, he on his last leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He on his last leg. And
What do you think the reason for that is? What do you think? What do you think
I
chivalry is?
know it.
I think females they killed it. They killed them.
I wasn't gonna
Females,
that tough.
no, females kill chivalry. If you think about when you grow up, right, as young men, you were not allowed to be like, yo, I like you, I want to do this for you. Because if you did, you'd be considered corny. Or he a simp, he too nice. You understand? One of the first rules when we got a number, you couldn't call a girl in 3 days. Why is that? You understand what I'm
Because you couldn't
saying?
get your house phone fast enough.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Nah, you-
So growing up, you started
Free
to
nights and
see
weekends.
like, yo, the more as you get older, the things that we've been embedded since we were younger wasn't okay. Cool, be this guy. females dictate how the majority of the time are treated and what men do to get their attention. If females be like, yo, this is what I want, this is how men are supposed to treat me, and all across the board, then that's what they'll get. But you'll get a lot of females, they just want to go outside and be in the, in the spot. Like whatever spot is lit, take me there. I want to smoke hookah. Is that really a date? Is that really trying to get to know somebody? You understand? So what about the picnics? Girls want to say, oh, let's go on picnics. But you ain't say that before in the
What you got,
beginning.
Mike?
Chivalry dead? Not dead, but I don't think he has any incentive to come back around. Only because chivalry, just like any other quality, has to be not in full reciprocated, but it has to be appreciated. So again, if you're continuing to do these things that go unspoken for, don't get a thank you, are expected with, or just expected in total. If somebody is expecting something of you, but at the same time not appreciative of those things or consider it that not everybody does those things, I've met people, and again, being chivalrous in my day-to-day, yeah, I think that you should go out and if you could do something that costs you nothing and is going to help or assist somebody else, absolutely. You shouldn't go out of your way. Again, it likely cost you time or resources or potentially money.
Right.
But if it costs you nothing and you can help somebody, yeah, absolutely. I think that's, you could call it chivalrous, you could call it courtesy, you could call it respectful if you're in the South. But I think that, like you said, once those people start getting taken advantage of and you calling them the sucker or he's the goofball
Right.
or he only want to just buy me shit because he knows that he's not on my level, then you're killing chivalry because that person is doing it genuinely. You know the difference between somebody doing something genuine and somebody trying to fish something shit out of you, or you're trying to fish, a reaction or anything. So if you got somebody that's doing something genuine, then you should accept them for that, but at the same time, let them know that you're appreciative of those things.
I'm gonna spin the block totally different on the three of you guys on this one. I don't think chivalry is dead because of those reasons. I don't knock it. You guys might be, but I don't think it's dead for those reasons. I think it's dead because of two things: social media,
I was gonna say
Right.
and the time that we live in. You gotta be very cautious how you talk to people nowadays. You could be courting a woman or talking to them a certain way, and that could be taken as sexual harassment or
that's what I'm saying. Creeps did it.
Or a level of inappropriateness.
Creeps helped jump him.
Yeah, and they did definitely. Creeps jumped them. Society helped, and then I think social media also took away from a thing where we used to be kids, and to go talk to a girl,
You had to.
Yeah, you had to talk to her. You had to have that type of relationship. Now you could text and say whatever you want and be anybody via text, and then when you get there, I can see socially, I see everybody just with their head down. You see a pretty girl in the train station. Sometimes I'm working down in the train station. I see people, pretty girl. I see a guy looking at a girl. I see her looking back at him. I'm like, this is your moment, young blood. Go talk to her. He's like,
he lost that skill.
even in that same vein, when you were talking about social media, I think that there's been a recognition of things that are not chivalrous but are anticipated to be chivalrous. So again, if you see a female and she's dating a millionaire and he takes her to some private beach for a dinner, they consider that chivalry instead of, again, I'm holding the door open, taking your ass to Applebee's for lunch.
yes.
That's
That's a total
But
blur.
but that's why,
Exactly.
that's
But
why
that's
I
where the social
said
media aspect came in and killed
everything. Then that's why I said like females
'cause
killing
they-
it.
Yeah, but
They're
that's-
killing it.
But it's not females. It's males. Do
That's
too.
not chivalry.
But you gotta
Because-
understand,
because-
males do what females want. So
it goes
if
back to
you
what you
think
said a minute
about
ago.
it,
But some males mess it up for others.
And I'm gonna tell you
you're
why
right.
too. I'm gonna tell you why too, because it goes back to what you said a minute ago when we talked about the last topic about going out to dinner. You may say like say the way you are, right? You the type of girl, a girl may seem like, yo, that's the kind of guy, I want that quality of a man, right? And let's say, I may not, if I'm a regular Joe, I'm not on your quality, but I'm like, right, like 0.5 stew, right? I ain't stew O. Now, this girl maybe anticipates she gotta have heels on, but I may just want the girl to be comfortable and not look crazy.
but at the end of the day,
But now
that's
she's-
a level of what you want and what she want character.
No, because on social media, Who do you think the girls are checking for? You think they checking for the two dudes in the beach shorts?
They probably will. You
No,
never know.
he just said it. He the thing he said before, the clickbait dudes.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this.
Not
At the
even
end of the
that.
day, everybody has their own personal preference. I may be somebody's personal preference. Y'all may be somebody's personal preference. It's all about perspective.
Right, but we talking about the majority right now. Let's talk about the majority. Majority of people click on things like you said.
All right, so if they click on and they looking at me and they saying, "Yo, look, this is the type of individual that I would like to
Yeah.
be,"
Which they aren't because
you know, you know what I mean? They doing that right? Stupid. But if they into that, that's what they into. You can't just me dressing the way I am is not changing their perception of what they want to do with
But
themselves.
the qualities that you ask, not saying you per se. I'm saying the guy that's like you or the guy that's like you normally is asking for the girl with the Coke bottle shaves.
I'm not
and
asking
all
for
this
Coke.
stuff.
I never said.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the majority of men who look like you, right? Like the Kim Kardashians, right?
I ain't
People
saying
see Kim Kardashian and then
Everybody
everybody
there's a
thinks,
consensus to everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
most people say I want Kim Kardashian. People are not like I can't wait to do something with Lizzo. So I'm not saying that there's
what's
not.
that got to do with chivalry? And you stop taking shots at BBWs before I start using other BBs.
What I'm saying is, all right, I'm gonna go. Well, just to clear up my statement, and then to go on to the next topic is that when those stigmas are created, then people don't do the little things that they, like you said, holding the door. People are not sending flowers. People are not doing things because they feel like, oh, I can't get that girl if I don't.
compete.
If I don't look like Stu, then I can't get this girl. Or if I don't look like Kim Kardashian, I can't get that guy. So you're not doing the other little things.
But
that
even
come
if
with
you
the
do
middle.
look like me, that doesn't mean that you're going to get her.
And that's
No,
But
but
away
it doesn't
from
mean.
chivalry.
But all it does is just open the door.
Chivalry is for Miss Mary that's 68 years old.
all
Nobody's
that does-
trying to
No,
beat that.
100%.
Because it
We're
all-
talking about chivalry.
But
we
were talking about the effect of social media, and I was just
Yeah.
explaining that the same person who will go buy Miss Mary
So do
all her
you-
groceries, right, will mess it up for you because you feel like me just holding the door for her is not enough because Mike came and bought her groceries and posted on social media. I just bought her
You held
all.
the door, but you ain't take her groceries upstairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that people do the most, so the people who just want to do the little things don't feel like it's enough sometimes.
But
But those of us who are actually out here being chivalrous, we realize that it
You're the
just
minority.
works.
You're the minority.
But I
report.
said,
It just
even if you
works.
do the little things, those things doesn't mean you won't do the bigger things.
It works in
It
the
just, It's
bodega.
all in perspective, like
It works
who
at
you
the
doing it
barber
for.
shop.
We got to
It
jump.
works.
fellas. We got to jump. We got to jump. It's not toxic. It's not toxic if you're not dead. Toxic traits. Sorry, audience. I had to laugh while I was saying that one. Do you have any, and what are they? Come on, Stu.
For me personally, I wouldn't say I'm a toxic person, but due to my past experiences, it makes me feel like I could be engaging with you, but at the end of the day, I know deep down that you're not you don't have to be there, and I'm fine with being by myself. And I think that's one of my toxic traits, being able to be by myself.
You think that affects your relationship?
I think so,
How-
because no
how
one
so?
is needed in my
Okay.
life, because I don't need
You
anyone.
need me. I'm telling you that right now.
All right. Only people I need is my children. You understand? Those are the people. But outside of that, like friends, we talking about the opposite sex.
You'll say
But
fuck me on TV.
no, but I ain't say. I mean, like I'm talking about
Right on
outside. I'm,
YouTube.
I'm talking about female.
My man was looking for a hug
I
from
know.
last
I know.
episode,
Like,
and you ain't get one.
Listen,
Yeah.
experience guys might throw my cologne. This stuff.
Yeah, we're having a virtual hug. You just punked. You just mushed me up.
I fixed your turtleneck.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but like I'm saying, it does affect your relationships because of your past traumas. Those all fall into each other. So I just feel like I'm comfortable in my own skin. No one's can define me. No female can make me or break me. So if you're here, we could have a loving moment. We could cherish times. I could be transparent. I could be emotional with you. Not saying I can't be those things, but at the same time, I could still be like, well, look, if it don't work, it is what it is.
And you consider that toxic?
Yes, because
How
not
about you,
everybody
Mike?
could deal with that.
I'm about to ruffle some feathers with this shit. Toxic. My toxic traits. I think I damn sure can't let anything go. I can't let an argument go if I feel I'm right, and I can admit to that because.
Damn sure
Thank
can.
God.
Oh yeah, I know.
Can't.
That's why we here. That's how we got
Damn
a whole
sure
podcast.
can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not the redundant.
But let me finish though. So the reason I say that is because I will argue my stance on something and not be beat down for it. Now, if we're arguing facts, then I can absolutely be wrong in that. Prove me wrong. But at the same time, if we are arguing something that's subjective and is how you feel versus how I feel, I absolutely can hear you. But at the same time, I don't fucking hear you because I know me. I know who I am and I know what I'm bringing to. You can call it an argument, you can call it a discussion, you can call it a podcast with 3 other niggas. But I'm damn sure always going to speak my mind on my stance. So I could be wrong in my stance completely. But in terms of relationships, yeah, if I feel like I'm right, I'm going to argue your ass down.
Think you got any toxic traits?
Don't need a hall pass for it, but I'm going to argue.
That being alone, that matters a lot. The fact that if this doesn't go right, then okay, I got something else to do, or I'll do something else. I don't need to fix this. I don't need to focus all my time and energy in order to fix this, because I've learned that that's a dead end, and that's toxic. Because there are moments when it's something that's very simple and very solvable. But the fact that, like you said, like if you got a view and I got a view, and I realize that this is just a view thing, then I'm done. And if you want to keep going, then I could be out. I could just be out. Like we don't have to do this.
That you don't give a shit. That's what you're saying.
That's
That's
it.
It's
You
not just
don't
don't
give
give a
a
shit. I'm too comfortable by myself.
Yeah.
I think
relationship wise.
I'm both saying they're both toxic in this fact that they're emotionally unavailable.
I don't need
No,
that.
nobody said
because
it's
I
emotionally
could be
unavailable.
emotional with you. We could have these moments, and I said that before. I could share and express myself
Yeah.
with you.
They both
But
jumped on that one. Nah, don't get me jumped on that one.
I'm available.
I'm available. But at the end of the day, if it goes left,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable whatever the
We're
outcome
letting that
is
shit
to
blow up.
out.
If it blow up, I ain't trying to fix
Fix
it or
it.
piece it together.
There you go.
Yeah.
Add that +1 for me.
Okay.
give
I
a
don't
shit.
yeah, I don't know. I think my toxic trait is back to our first episode
Petty go
was
deep.
petty. I think that I just can't I can't let things go. Like if you do something to me, I'll let it slide right now. But boy,
Get
I'm gonna
back
get you.
is
Boy, I'm gonna
crazy.
get you.
Yo, dude cut me off on the way here, but I got his ass.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just one of those things I
7
can't let
miles
go.
later, I
and it's
got
one of
his
those
ass.
things like it could really come down to like you making you go to the store and getting a sandwich and not getting me one. And I'm gonna go get you a sandwich 5 times, but I'm gonna know when you really hungry one day, you're like, I want a sandwich. I'm gonna come back with one sandwich and eat that shit in front of you.
That shit
And it
all
just
lettuce.
and it won't all
All lettuce sandwich.
and I
want some?
and I'm committed to that. And the sad part about it, and the reason I know it's a toxic trait, and my person tells me all the time that it's toxic because they go, yo, you really can't let stuff go. Because I be talking about stuff from like 08. I be like, remember you threw the iPad across the room? Like something like that. I can't let it go. I'll be sitting there and I'm like, and sometimes I'm in my car, I'm like, I should probably let this go. And I'm just thinking about ways to get it back.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man. I just
Get
said that.
back, huh?
Yeah, it's just the get back is just whatever. But I think that trait that I was talking about, caring about people leave, I think I've changed that more of me now. I think he hurt my feelings in the last thing.
I ain't
but-
mean to. It wasn't
No,
in person. It wasn't.
but
I was talking about the opposite sex, not my brothers. I wasn't saying that. You know?
This is a general topic.
I can say this: I am more prone to hearing about myself now than I used to be. When I was
100%.
18 to 30,
100%.
you couldn't tell me shit about
That's
me.
what-
Now I could hear it, process it later by myself, and then be like, you know what? All right, I can break down a little bit and meet her halfway. But back then,
That's what I said. When you hear yourself back and you're like, "Ooh, I gotta behave better," because again, I consider y'all family. I don't want to do something that risks me losing one of y'all as a friend. I'm not gonna do something where if you feel I offended you, I need to really take that into consideration, like whatever. Now, if you go to the store and buy yourself a sandwich on this episode,
yo, he hungry as hell.
because I know because Beacon before we got up here, what people don't know is Beacon bought himself something and he ain't say, "Let me grab him something." He gonna pay for that one.
Son, I've been hungry for the last 4 hours. I've been talking to y'all on FaceTime and all kind of other times, and you ain't tell me you was going to get a sandwich.
What did I get?
You
He had some-
non-chivalrous bastard.
I don't even know.
Oh,
Chivalry is dead. What was that you ate in the bag and you didn't share?
Chivalry is at
Coffee
Subway.
and a bow tie.
What was it?
A coffee and a bow tie.
And you know why it was? And you know why it was dirty? Because he didn't even pull whatever it was out the bag. He just kept eating it like this. He's
Sample
like,
size.
yo, these. I said, I saw his fingers. I said, hey, bro, it's in that bag, bro.
There was good reasons for that.
Yeah. And another
It was
question is where the bag at?
emergency.
So I'm saying, where the bag at?
The baguettes? I don't have any baguettes.
Where's the back
Yeah,
end?
that wraps up this one right here too, fellas.
All right.
That's it? We out there?
400.
400.
I like it.
Name.
My name is Mike. I'm one of the podcast hosts, one of the co-hosts for 4400.
Where you from?
Originally, I'm from New Jersey. I ended up meeting these three gentlemen, my co-hosts, in Brooklyn my freshman year of college in 2004.
Why are you doing this?
The reason why I'm doing this podcast is just to continue what we've been doing for years on end. Me and my brothers get together and we discuss topics, day-to-day topics, relevant topics. Quite often, sometimes it ensues to a heated debate, but now we have a platform and an opportunity to actually bring our discussions to more of an audience.
What do you bring and who are you trying to reach?
The audience I'm trying to reach is honestly everybody. I kind of want to give everybody an alternate opinion. So what I mean by that is I generally can see both sides to every story. I can see the flip side to every coin. I could be the angel or the devil on your shoulder and give you a different perspective. So I think I just really want to give people an alternate view from what they're used to.
Not to get you in trouble, but who's your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. Now, honestly, I can tell you who it's not now. It used to be Gabrielle Union, but you know how they say never meet your heroes. I had an experience. So Gabrielle Union is no longer my celebrity crush. If I had to pick one, it would probably be between two. It would either be Skylar Diggins, a WNBA player, and Chanel Iman, the model. I'm partial to the skinny girls, so I like the models.
Now I see your flavor. If you could interview anyone, who would it be?
Ooh, if I could interview anybody, would it have to be a famous person?
Whoever you want to choose. It's up to you, brother.
If I could interview anybody, I think it would probably be my grandmother. I feel like she's got a lot of stories that are untold, unheard, and she assumes a role that is the matriarch of our family, but at the same time, she does so without any expectation of anything. So if I could hear some of the stories that led her to be the strong person that she is, then that's who I would probably interview.
Without reusing any names, right? Question number one. Most likely to come up with a wacky topic.
Oh, this is easy. This is real easy. Ubika is the king of wacky topics, of controversial elements, but it's fun. It's always in a fun perspective, and I know that if we anticipate anybody bringing up something crazy, Ubika the man.
All right, next question. Most likely to be late.
That's you. Stu is habitual. The definition of habitual, but it's for a purpose. But yeah, you definitely the most late to photo shoots and to functions. But you look sharp when you show up there late.
I'll be trying. Most likely to repeat himself.
Most likely to repeat himself would be Kush. And it's generally because he always has one last thing to say. And one last thing leads into another last thing. And if you can get one more last thing, that would be the last thing before the last thing.
All right, last question. Most likely to take his shirt off during the episode.
I know this was for me. That was poised for me. Yeah, I definitely would be most likely to. I wouldn't do it, but I'd be most likely out of the four to take off my shirt. I'm proud of myself. Hit the gym. Get your push-ups in 2 times.
My name's Stuart. One of the members of the co-hosts of 4400 podcast.
All right, and where are you from?
Originally from Brooklyn. I now reside in Jersey. You know, but I ain't gonna claim it though. Don't tell nobody.
Why are you doing this?
Have conversations with my brothers. I think at the end of the day, this is pretty much what it is, and it's things that we've been doing for a long period of time. And I think people will enjoy our conversations that we have. It's different. It's in depth. It's one of those things where, you know, we all leave. We may have 4 different perspectives, but we all leaving with something more than what we know.
What do you bring to the podcast, and what audience are you trying to reach?
I just bring me. You know, I just bring who I am, my individuality. You know, I never try to be nobody else. I try to be honest and authentic to myself and who I am. And I just want to reach the audience that understand people like me. You know, I can't make no one like me or dislike me, but for people who do understand me, or if you don't understand me, now you have a better perspective of me.
Who would be your celebrity crush?
That's a good question. Because I have like a wild range right now in my head. Because one, like if I go back to when I was younger, it used to be Anne Marie. I used to love her, right? And then, you know, I came to realize that Tracy Ella Ross from Girlfriends, she was hot. You know, I was really digging her. And then my last one is Jill Scott. She just give me that vibe of, you know what I mean, like everything is going to be okay after a long day. That's something that you need in your life.
All right. If you could interview anyone, who would it be?
That's a good question. I would say God, if I could. You know, I think it's a lot of questions that I think I would like to ask him. My past experience, traumas, things I dealt with in life, and just ask him, like, what was your purpose for me? And I think that would be a very intellectual conversation to have.
All right. Without reusing names, I want you to give me one name for each of these.
Gotcha.
Who do you think is most likely to come up with a wacky topic?
Of course, you'd be good. That goes without doubt. We didn't even have to think twice about that. That just shut it. We'd have been down that road.
Who is most likely to be late?
Me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be late. I try to be on time, but even when I'm late, I'm on time. So I'm not really late.
Who is most likely to repeat himself?
Kush, one more time. I want to say this one more time, but I'm trying to get this point. Like, y'all not understanding me. But look, listen. Hey, that's him.
And who is most likely to take their shirt off during an episode?
Mike, El Chico DeBarge. You know what I mean? That's his long hair, don't care. You know what I mean? That's him. That's his MO. I'm not saying he would, but you never know. You may surprise y'all later down in episodes.
Introduce yourself and give us your name.
My name is Kush. One of the hosts of 4400
And where are you from?
from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. Just can't say Brooklyn because, you might think I'm from Bensonhurst or something. No offense.
And why are you doing this podcast?
I think to grow as a person and show a level of vulnerability to our audience that even if you don't want to go to counseling or you don't want to do something like that, social therapy is a good thing to do, to talk, not hide behind a computer, type, and actually physically talk to people and start dialogue, create good dialogue.
What do you bring to the podcast and what audience are you trying to reach?
I want to say I bring stability to the podcast. All of our personalities, I think I bring a level of like stableness. And the audience that I'm trying to reach is everybody. I think that my audience is not based off of race, gender, sexual preference, anything. I think the conversations that we touch upon, I want them to touch everybody and just be able to start a dialogue at home. Not a fight, a dialogue, open up healthy conversations.
Who would be your celebrity crush?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Only because when I see celebrities now, I'm like, if you start dating somebody I don't want you no more, it's like, I'm over you. I might say Kalani. She seems a little weird and up my alley.
If you could interview anyone, who would it be?
That's a tough one. I think I'm still like, probably a sports person, basketball player. Maybe Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
Get in his head, see what drives him. Triple doubles while he's standing under the basket for the rebounds.
Without reusing names, who would be most likely to come up with a wacky topic?
Oh, you know what? I like these. And you know what? The audience, I'm going to cheat because I know I cheated for everybody and some of these questions are geared towards people, so let's roll.
Yeah, so who's most likely to come up with a wacky topic?
Mike.
Okay. Who's most likely to be late?
I can't change this one. Let's do it.
Yeah. Who's most likely to repeat themselves?
It's probably me. I can't change that one either because I'm going to say one more time.
Okay. And who's most likely to take their shirt off during an episode?
And you know what? I'm going to say Bika. And I'm going to tell you why Bika. Because Bika's the one that, see, Mike probably will take his shirt off for no reason. Bika's the one that in the middle of an episode will take his shirt off to prove a point. So that's why my answer is that.
Hey, Ibika, one of the hosts of 4400,
Where are you from?
Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
And why are you doing this podcast?
That's good. To win, in order to win, you have to participate. You have to join the fight.
What do you bring to the podcast, and what audience are you trying to reach?
A clear understanding of today's day and age, and I'm trying to reach those who don't understand so clearly what today is.
Okay, if you could name one, who would be your celebrity crush?
Just Whitney off of Instagram. You'll Google it later.
Yep. If you could interview anyone, who would it be?
It'll definitely be Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory. I would like to go over all the sacrifices and overall summer. Is it worth it?
All right. Without reusing any names, who would be most likely to come up with a wacky topic?
That'd be Stewart.
Who will be most likely to be late?
That would be me. If I can't reuse names.
Who will be most likely to repeat themselves?
That would be Kush.
And most likely to take off his shirt during an episode?
That would have to be you, Mike. Yeah, hot rod.
That's it.
All right, thanks.
Hey, y'all thought it was over? It's not. We gotta give a special shout out and a special thank you to our videographer, photographer, Clyde Davis. He does a great job for us. He's helping us produce some great work for y'all, so y'all can content, so y'all can enjoy it for yourselves. And I just want to say a special thank you for him. Thank you. And also, check the bottom of your screen if you want to book him for many videos, weddings, parties, anything. He's even a DJ. The man does it all. So I just want to say thank you again.